Hey everybody, KC here. So happy Friday. I'm still healing up. It's going to be an abbreviated morning news beat. But I did want to share a story with you that I should have actually shared with you a week ago while the Buffalo Bills were still in the playoffs. But I had a few other things going on the end of last week. So I'll share the story with you now as we start to embark on yet another football weekend. And it's a story that I think is football related, but it also is a great example of managerial or leadership malpractice as far as I'm concerned. So this goes back to the early 90s. I can't tell you exactly what year it was because quite frankly, I just don't remember. And I haven't been able to put the pieces together based on where other people were at that time. But I was working at the time for Supermarket Insights, Retail Insights, which was the video division of the company that owned Progressive Grocer at the time, McLean Hunter Media. And I got the opportunity to interview Pierre Everhart, who was the CEO of Royal Ahold at the time. And the deal was, and they were starting to acquire things in the United States. And one of the things they had acquired at that point was Tops Markets up in Buffalo. And they basically said, hey, listen, if you'd like to do a video interview with Pierre Everhart, that would be great. What you have to do, though, is you have to be at Westchester Airport in New York Sunday morning at 6 a.m. And what you're going to do is you're going to fly, because he's coming from New York. And you're going to take a private jet from Westchester Airport up to Buffalo. You're going to go to one of the top stores. You can meet your crew there. You can shoot the video interview, and then you can stay the rest of the day to do a store tour. Well, it sounded great. Frankly, at that point, I'd never been on a private jet. It sounded like a really nice way to get to Buffalo, and it would give us time to get acquainted, and we go to the store. Here was the problem. It was a Sunday morning, cold Sunday morning in January, and the Buffalo Bills were in the playoffs. And the Castellani family, from which Ahold had bought Tops, they were still running the company at that point on the ground. But they were told, well, no, the CEO's coming to town, and you need to have everybody in that store when he gets to the store at 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, and you can expect to spend the entire day there. They were not happy because they all had tickets to go see the Buffalo Bills play in that year's playoff. But they're all there, and they're in their suits and their white shirts and their ties. And Pierre Everhart and I go from the Buffalo airport. We get to the store. And I do the video interview him, but at that point, camera crews were, pretty big at that point. It was going to be an 8 or 9 hour process to shoot the store. And Everhart's last message to them as he was leaving is, nobody leaves until Kevin leaves. Okay. They are pissed. And they're not pissed at Everhart. They're pissed at me because as far as I'm concerned, I have completely screwed up their Sunday going to the game. And as soon as Everhart got in the car and left, I looked at them and said, go. I don't need you to be here. It's fine. I've got what I need. I will do my thing. But they couldn't leave. And they were so upset. And I felt awful for them, but there's nothing I could do about it at that point. And it was such a classic case of a CEO not understanding the circumstances in the place where he is and affecting the people that he is supposedly managing. And maybe he couldn't do it on a Monday, but he didn't have to say to them, no, you stay in the store till Kevin leaves. It wasn't a big deal. To me, it was a great lesson in how you don't manage people, how you don't lead people, because all you're doing is creating animosity. Anyway, there is a little coda to that story. So, subsequently, we get done shooting the thing. I leave. I take a cab back to an airport hotel. The Castellanis and all their folks are able to leave. Finally, I get to whatever the hotel is near the airport, and I'm checking in. But there is somebody, because the game is over at that point. The person standing on line in front of me, checking into the hotel, clearly going to fly out the next day, happens to be a member of the NBC broadcast crew. Who had been doing the game. O.J. Simpson. And he's with a blonde. I can remember like it was yesterday. I don't know if it was Nicole Brown Simpson or not, but it was O.J. Simpson with a blonde. That I remember. And I remember it a lot more clearly not that many years later when O.J. got known for other reasons. Anyway, an example of not great management, not great leadership. and a memory of being in Buffalo on a cold and blustery Sunday morning. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.